Hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how I made this particular design for a friend of mine who got married sometime last month. So without any further ado, get straight into how I achieved this. So I'll just turn off all these layers. This is basically a layers breakdown. So turning off all these layers. So we'll start from the beginning or the beginning. Anyhow. Alright, so I actually did two designs, one a very conventional wedding approach design, and second a not so conventional wedding design. So um, just for you to get a glimpse of what two approaches can be on a particular job, so you don't just limit your thinking and your design to one particular approach. So I think these two layers down here were quite meaningless, so we'll start from the first one. So this is a picture of flowers on what looks like an arc. So this picture was developed on FreePic. It's an AI generated image. So this is what the image looks like with the whole thing looks like. So this is what it looks like. All right, it's a low quality image, but it was just right for what I wanted. So I needed an arc, behind their picture on the design. So I had to clean off this extra edges on the sides, to take them off. So I used layer max to do all of that. So I cleaned it off. Then I added a couple of some of this silk materials I got of pngwings.com. So I just added them here. So these are a couple of silk materials, pngwings.com. So I had to group them and give them a particular color which was going to be homogeneous with the design. All right, so that's green. So on my hue and saturation, this is the actual color I'm using. All right, on the hue and saturation, so this is what my color combination looks like to give me the green, because I was going for a green themed design. All right, then this happens to be the light behind their picture, which is this. So this is their picture. I edited this picture with camera raw to give it more clarity and more sharpness, right? So the way I like it. All right, then I added the color adjustment layer to give it a very nice depth to it and all of that. Then the next thing, I added the gradients below here because I needed to add some text later. Right, then I opened a new layer, then used my color fill to paint this out, to brush this out, because this downside will have to carry the information. All right, then I changed the color, I grouped all of that, both the gradient and the new layer I brushed over. I changed the color to green because I needed everything to be homogeneous. Then this is light, I just added over their faces and their sides and all of that, just little light here and there. All right, then I started adding text. Then the name of this font is what's the name of this font? Let me be sure. Is Legend. I've been using this font now for a while. So I like the fonts Legend. Then same thing with this Legend too. Then okay, I did this particular stuff on Illustrator, right? So I can't remember the font exactly for the MJ, but I think the font for the love story should be, I think, Gastro something, I'm not sure. Yeah, Gastro line signature. Yeah, that's the font for that. So I did that on Illustrator to get it like this. Very simple stuff. The MJ love story, that's like the tag of their wedding. Then I just added a rectangle down here, same color with this, somewhat green. Then added this pattern I've been using for a while on some of my designs. All right, it's a pattern I developed on Illustrator 2. Then together forever should be somewhere here. Yeah, same gastro font on top here. I don't really think I use this again later, but let's see. Then I added this. Yeah, I didn't use this too again. Yeah, so yeah, this is what it was. So let me just go ahead and delete it. That was like the first trial of what I wanted to do, but didn't really sit well with me. So I added this stuff, this pattern, a very nice pattern. Then some lights here and there, some more lights here and there. All right, when I add lights, I just reduce the opacity and the feel, all right, to give me what I need. Then my logo, all right, then gradient map at the top to give it this homogeneous feel. All right, so this is what the gradient map looks like. See the colors, I just picked out the colors from here. So you have green down here, and you also have this shade of yellow. All right, yeah. So then onto the next artboard. Next artboard, I have a very dark background that's black, off black, something like that. Then I added my pattern. So this is a pattern too that I also developed on Illustrator. Very zigzag pattern on Illustrator I developed. Then I think the blend mode is divide. Alright, but I don't think this blend mode is actually doing anything, because once you add a color to any particular layer, all right, it counters the blend mode to choose or to use. All right, then the next thing you have is a rectangle. All right, I added a rectangle. All right, because I was going to put some information on here on this rectangle. Then their picture. All right, I edited this picture with camera raw filter. Camera raw filter, all right, to give me this particular kind of effect on their faces. All right, so yeah, there is camera raw. Then I started adding a couple of things. So it's a flower, right, to still give it this ambient flowery feel. So I changed the color to blend with this. Then what else was it did I add again? Then I added this halftone effect that you see here. You also see it on some of my designs. It's called halftone. You see these dots called halftone. All right, so then next thing I added, or next thing here on the layer arrangement, is this particular line here. So this is a yellow rectangle, but the blend mode is linear bond. Right, that's why it has that effect. Then the MJ love story, same thing with that on Illustrator. All right, same color with this. All right, then all of that text started falling in place. All right, this font still remains that gastro whatever. I think it's a different, okay, the same gastro font. All right, then some text, this like a poem I felt she was whispering into his ears and all of that. Then repeated the same thing down here, same stuff. Then my logo. So pretty much very simple classic designs, but just changing up the composition and all of that really, and staying the alignment and all of that basically. So your work as a designer basically is to communicate both information and emotions in such a way that people can easily understand. So that's practically all that is going on in this particular design. Not like there's any other extra thing. So your design can still be simple and still be effective and still make sense, right? So thank you for being with me on today's layers breakdown. See you guys in the next one. Thank you and bye.